Simpson. And Japan have gone absent without leave. This is Whitmore. Hall and Gale both available. It's still Whitmore. It is the Reggae Boys who take the lead.
Ball chat.
Greetings, football lovers. Welcome to BCN Sports Ball Chat Weekly, the show where we review the week that was in the world of football. I am Benton. Junior is joining us. He will join in late. I don't know if time change affected Junior. He may have fell asleep. He did a cricket watch along earlier. We did a cricket watch along earlier. So Junior will join in. I did give him a buzz, so let's see. Let's see if he does join in. Come on is out and about. Hopefully everyone, come on is refereeing a tournament. So big up yourself. Come on. Hopefully everyone is having a wonderful Sunday wherever you are joining us. And those of you who are not familiar with what I'm talking about when it comes to time change, in the US, the time at certain time during the spring, clocks go ahead 1 hour. And in the fall, the clocks fall back 1 hour. It's not all states that does this. I think the state of Arizona doesn't do it. Maybe another state too. So, you know, when the clocks go ahead 1 hour, you technically losing an hour sleeps per se because people are not prepared for that change in time, you know. Yeah, there'll be a lot of people missing work tomorrow. You know what? Let's get to the program. By the way, welcome to BCN Sports Watch Along Ball Chat Weekly. It's not a watch along. I am keeping the Milan derby score up. The Derby de Milano up. Currently, Milan is leading Inter 1-0. Goal by Pervis Estepina. It's a very big game for both of these teams in the Scudetto landscape of things. Coming into the game, Milan trail Inter by 7 points as Rafael Leao was breaking in on goal and couldn't get it on target. Rafael Leao a bit wasteful there earlier on, but in that particular attack, he was very well defended by, I think, that Bastoni or whosoever is running with him. So regarding the significance of today's Milan derby, both teams enter the game in the Serie A, enter the contest with high stakes on the deck regarding this particular game. Milan needed a victory, or needing a victory pretty much, because Inter led by 7 points entering the game. So a draw or a victory for Inter would probably sew up the Scudetto, whereas Milan, a victory for Milan will close the gap to 7 points. All right, so I'm keeping an eye on that game. You know, we have a jam pack. I have a jam pack show. Like I said, Junior will join in when he can. I have a jam pack show to go over. There is FA Cup action to review. We'll take a look at the landscape of things in the FA Cup. Well, I will also look at La Liga. Nothing big coming out of La Liga this weekend. We'll discuss a Mount Pleasant visa issues. Junior is joining in. I guess Junior fell asleep. Let's get Junior in here. Junior, you're on. How are you?
Yo. You know, I'm sitting in the same place I was when we did the watch along. I have been sleeping since then.
Okay. Well, welcome. Nice of you to join us, Junior.
Finally.
Keeping an eye here on this Milan Derby de Milano. Inter trailing Milan 1-0. Goal by Pervis Estepina. Milan needs this victory, needs this 3 points by any means necessary. Henrik Mkhitaryan was wasteful earlier on, had a straight in one-on goal with Mike Mangdani, and somehow he decided to kick the ball in the chest of the goalkeeper from point-blank range. And no Lautaro Martinez for Inter Milan in this game. Lautaro Martinez is on the bench, so it seems like the Rossoneri might be having a lucky day here, Junior.
Lucky or they have earned it?
Man, them lucky because Inter Milan big players are not available. Maybe
Right.
something going on with the Obia down there. But yeah, they've earned it. Estepina in the left back position, of course, formerly of Brighton. Good player, very vulnerable on the defensive side of things. He can be hard going at that from a defensive perspective. Gave up a few run at opportunities in the second half, but going forward, he's quite threatening. And so, if Inter Milan has had good strikers on the field, the game would be tied.
Yeah.
You know, and watching this game is also, I'm a big fan of old school Rossoneri and Inter Milan matches, and watching this Milan derby is kind of far cry from what it once was back in the day. So, all right, so we'll keep an eye on that game, and we'll update the score. It's 62nd minute throughout the show. This is not a watch along. All right, let's look at the impact or the significance of the game. Let's look at the Scudetto table. Like I said, Junior, a victory is important here for Milan. Sitting on 67 points, 60 points behind Inter Milan. Earlier, Roma suffered a surprise defeat against Genoa. Roma fell out of the top four, the automatic Champions League spot. Napoli is in third. Como, Cesc Fabregas Como. Looks like this is the year they will qualify for Champions League. Doing quite well with this team, Cesc Fabregas Como. Thoughts on the Scudetto table?
It wasn't just about, it was about 5 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago, when it was a lot closer. And actually, it was right around Christmas time.
Yes.
It was a lot closer. And we were talking about how watch out for the parity in the Serie A, and eventually these teams will figure themselves out, right?
Yes.
Napoli was flying high at the time, but it was only like 3 points that separated the top five, top six teams. They're starting to figure themselves out. Now, AC Milan has been impressive to me, but when you when you just look at the table, the thing that stands out to me at the table with both teams currently tied on points is how many draws have AC Milan had. If they were to convert those draws into wins, look how the draws compared to Inter.
Yeah, 9. I mean, but so AC Milan, yeah, you watch AC Milan and you look at Luka Modric is 40 years old. This is the thing that just I'm struggling to wrap my head around. Luka Modric is 40 years old and he is a key part of what AC Milan is trying to do. I am not convinced that this AC Milan team, this Rossoneri, this version of it, is a champions team, is a title winning team. Not with 40-year-old Luka Modric in this midfield. Luka Modric was a general, still has some of the skill sets, still can pass ball, but you still have to do some of the heavy lifting in midfield.
Which they are doing that heavy lifting, number one, and number two, they might not have a champion winning team, but they are not playing against champion winning teams as well. They're not competing with champion winning teams. This is the same Inter Milan that we see wet the bed in the Champions League. So, and Napoli, we all know Napoli has always been a Conte bad day away from falling apart. And it looks like they are starting to do that. And the fact that Como is in the top four, that should tell you the state of the league. Now, not taking anything away from Cesc Fabregas and the work that he's done, him taking use of it, making use of his opportunity. But the reality is, the Serie A is not the Serie A of old, well, which is what you said not too long ago, and that same statement is coming back to proving true again. So, I won't knock AC Milan. I won't knock Luka Modric for doing what he's doing. And yo, especially in a year where Real Madrid fans might be saying maybe we should have never gotten rid of Luka.
No, nah, I think Real Madrid fans are fine.
So
Look,
that is true.
Adrian Rabiot, might have a red card situation here. Bastoni cheekily kicked down Rabiot and then act like a him. Bastoni threw himself to the ground after kicking down the Rabiot and act like he is the one who is injured and he just to play like he's hurt. Yo, old school Italian football is on display. And committed the foul, looked like he injured Rabiot, and then act like, oh, I am hurt. It was just a collision. He clearly stuck his leg out and kicked him on. This is kind of Materazzi, Walter Materazzi sort of move. And
His dark
Rabiot knee seems to be, yeah, a bit, familiar face there from Man City. Manuel Akanji struggling to keep up in the slow league. The man has sweat hard. There's the Englishman, Tomori. Bastoni seems to escape any sort of punishment here in this thing, and so he played it well. Alright, so let's move over from the Scudetto. Again, we'll keep an eye on this game and update fans at the end of the game. In the bottom half of the table, Cremonese, Verona, and Piazza look like they will be maybe exiting stage left regarding relegation. Fiorentina is also floating with relegation junior. Might be the Spurs of the English Premier League, of the Italian league.
Yeah. Well, you brought up something key there. We'll see what's going on. I shall reserve my judgment till later.
Big up to those on the live. Let's get you Mizana TV. Love this. Mizana, big up yourself. Where's the other person? Ole says, yo, what country? I guess you fellas in. We're there foreign.
Yeah, we're foreign.
We're foreign. We're in the Babylon in the den of Babylon. All right, let's step over to the FA Cup, Junior FA Cup. It was all about the FA Cup this week, and in the English Isles. Some interesting games, but I think the pick of the games was Man City versus Newcastle. That game ended 3-1. Goals from Omar Marmoush. Two goals, and some from Marmoush and one from Savinho. Your thoughts on this game? We did a watch along yesterday, but I thought this was a very entertaining game, personally.
And I think people who did not watch the game are people who just look at the score and is trying to make an assessment might think, oh, Man City showed up and ran Newcastle out the field. I don't think so. For one, they had to come from behind, and Man City had to get over some nervy goalkeeping, in my opinion. I don't know. What you feel about that, Benton?
Yeah, I think the score. It was a competitive game. It was a very competitive game. The Magpies did a very good job in pushing Man City's, especially the wide players of the Magpies, Harvey Barnes and Ilanga, pushed the Man City's defenders back, and Kosanov had to make some last-ditch tackles. But I think there were positives for Man City in this game. Eddie Howe is probably still pissed off that he keeps losing to this team and to Pep Guardiola. But last week I think I said, or the week before I said that Man City has a soft underbelly. This version. And this victory yesterday showed me a little bit something a little bit differently. The fact that they came from behind and the way they did to find a way to win that game. Without Erling Haaland, without who was in that midfield? Without Rodri in that midfield, Nico Gonzalez marshaled that midfield for them. Antoine Semenyo didn't start the game. It was Jeremy Ducko out to the left, Marmoush going in the middle, and Savinia. I think Pep can maybe smile a little more with that display, knowing that he's able to get Marmoush a couple goals, and knowing that, I feel good with the running with the English Premier League now. Because he emphatically hugged Marmoush when he came off the field after those 2 goals. And one of them was a golazo. Big up BM. And I think we have seen Erling Haaland struggle in his last few games in the Premier League. And so it's essential for Man City to get somebody else scoring other than Antoine Semenyo. And if he can get Marmoush scoring, he was ecstatic with the victory yesterday. The way they went about it and won it, I thought it was a very impressive. And then also equally important for them, John Stones played 90 minutes. I can't remember the last time John Stones played 90 minutes. Can you?
No.
No.
But with all that being said, and you said, Pep can be happy going forward and yada 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 yada. What Man City is looking for right now is in the very near future. What Man City wants right now, what Pep wants right now, is chasing Arsenal down in the very near future. He's chasing consistency. He's not chasing these one-off good results. So I read into his reaction a little bit different. I read into his reaction as one of he's trying to motivate the players to build some level of consistency by his actions. Like, we're happy, but wouldn't even show the same kind of energy. I that's the vibe I get. I could be 100% wrong.
No, I think there's some of that too. I agree. There's a bit of that too. I certainly agree that there is a bit of that. But my larger take is the fact that the soft underbelly Man City that I described earlier in the last episode of BCN Sports, I thought that Man City would have folded yesterday after going down 2-1, especially the people that they had on the field. At Newcastle, no Rodri on the field, no Haaland on the field, Marmoush don't score no goal, no Antoine Semenyo on the field, who's been their goal scorer. So I expect that Man City team maybe would get a goal here or there, but they would become more vulnerable to the wide of Newcastle, players of Newcastle. So I expected more goals from Newcastle, and it didn't happen.
Yeah. I just want big up BM, big up. I'm going to say this real quick, Benta, before we move on. Big up to all those watching on TikTok. Shout out to all those watching on TikTok, and happy International Women's Day to all our females out there watching on TikTok. Go ahead and put a message in the chat. If you're watching on TikTok right now, go ahead and put a message in the chat. Let us know that you are there. Big up. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Check to make sure it's a bot I watch.
Yeah.
You're checking those viewers on TikTok are not bots.
Yeah, man, we good.
BN says when there's no EPL, the football world seems quiet. Maybe this is just me. Yeah, but we are shake off EPL. We can't put eggs in one basket in one league. Next thing you know, them start black way out. And then we get depressed. Wait till we reach a Jamaican Women's Premier League.
You are doing that by yourself, sir.
Sir, and I will mark a line in the sand and do it by myself. Big up.
Go ahead.
Other
very small patch of sand.
Other FA Cup results, Junior. Talk to me. Sunderland suffered the upset of the round. Port Vale defeated Sunderland 1-0.
There's always that game. There's always that game in the FA Cup where a team that should not be there ends up there. You have to wonder how. And Port Vale defeated Sunderland. I mean, come on. Come on, Sunderland. Come on. You're a mid-table Premier League team. And Port Vale, what division Port Vale playing in? League One.
League One.
They're two down. And they're the bottom of the table in League One. They're the bottom of the
Well,
table.
it's early warm in the season in League One.
They are going to be relegated, right, sir? They're on their way to be relegated.
Port Vale played 32 matches in League One and only secured 27 points. And them said them drop outside belly.
They have negative 18 goal difference in League One. And they beat Sunderland. So, look, that's why you can never, I don't think you will ever be able to compare FA Cup or any other league cups, any other country's cups to FA Cup because the parity is unmatched.
BM pointed out, say, we're not going to ignore the one here, but BM pointed out that Darren Moore, Jamaica's, big up yourself, Darren. Darren Cameron, them go to a gully
and he get rightfully fired.
Yeah, but Darren should have been given the opportunity to rectify the wrong that he has done with this outfit.
Yeah, what are you talking about, man?
Darren is a good coach. Can we agree on that?
Yes.
All right. I'm not saying anymore. All right. So Sunderland, is out of the FA Cup. But from a Sunderland perspective, does it matter? I mean, your sole objective right now is to stay in the Premier League, and if you can qualify the higher up the Premier League, you finish, the better it is for you.
But they would. They're a mid-table team. They are not in the threat.
BM said they hired him a long term. Wait, hold on. BM, hold on. BM had a typo, so we have to check to make sure. Say. Jay Brady. Jay Brady, I call it. Let me think. I thought BM had a typo saying that Darren Moore is the coach of the team. I was hoping there to prove my point that Darren Moore is a good coach, but sorry, Junior. There you go.
Darren Moore, the coach of Port Vale? No,
he's not. He's not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I was hoping he is, but. Well, I mean, yeah, so the Sunderland thing, the fact that, I think the most important thing for them is to remain in the Premier League. I mean, these other competitions, I just lose foolishness that for Sunderland.
No, but you every round that you go in the FA Cup, it's a decent amount of money that you are getting.
Yes, so you will.
So you just threw away an easy pocket change. You just threw away Sunderland. You basically just threw away a transfer.
Well, fair enough. Yeah, that's one way.
You just one transfer. So you are going to go into next season. You're going
is it a championship baller transfer? What level baller you transfer?
You threw away a transfer opportunity. One player.
Okay.
So if you're Sunderland and next season forward and then put up the teams and they say here are your teams, here is your squad, and a Sunderland fan will look down and say, man, we are just a wing back shot or we are a midfielder shot. Remember losing to Port Vale in the FA Cup.
Port Vale, but like you said, there's always that one game. Still 1-0 Milan leading Inter. And Derby de Milano. This feels like a draw game.
You hate AC Milan that much?
I don't. I have an AC Milan jersey and I have AC Milan calendar in our place. I am a huge fan of the original Rossoneri.
You saw like the white people who say I have black friends.
But the thing is that there's a reason why AC Milan, and of course it's a rivalry game. There's a reason why AC Milan is 7 points behind Inter. There's a reason for that, and I can't ignore that. Now, Jan Summers in goal for Inter is looking a bit shaky. You know, we'll see. Henry Mkhitaryan needs to score at people and goal. Come on. All right, the FA Cup run wraps up tomorrow. Back to the FA Cup run wraps up tomorrow with West Ham versus Brentford. Junior, any other results from this weekend's FA Cup action that stood out? Chelsea defeated Wrexham 4-2, and
4-2,
Wrexham fans were very upset with VAR.
I mean, I think that show of emotion is like happy emotion. You ever see some people that are showing like anger, but you know deep down they're happy.
Okay.
I think Wrexham showed that. Like, oh, it's not fair. But deep down they're like, we're so happy we have the opportunity to say we were cheated versus Chelsea. They don't ever had a chance. Come on, man.
And they did well. It was 3-2 for a while. You know, what is that? The Alejandro Garnacho, it was 2-2. And Nacho Cheese, your virgin, scored that 96-minute goal. So, I mean, it was close.
Yeah.
It was close.
Wrexham and their ownership, their superstar ownerships can leave with their heads held high.
Yeah. And
yeah.
And I think Wrexham is just on a march to the Premier League. I mean, it almost seems inevitable if those ownership continues. If the ownership continues the investments that they have made. Yeah. Wrexham has a documentary on, I think, FX1.
Yeah.
Yeah, so imagine that. You know, this documentary has been monitoring the rise of this team from way back. I think this documentary is now 3 or 4 seasons.
From League 2, I think.
Yeah, it's so old, and it's such an interesting thing that, you know, the ownership was able to convince FS1 to make that investment, right? To partner with them on this journey. Because there's no guarantee that this team would have been so good, and they've had some really memorable moments. And
yeah, but that's not their draw. Their draw is not the football. The draw is their superstar owners.
Yes, Hollywood people.
Right. So Deadpool owns them, Ryan Reynolds owns them, and I keep forgetting his partner that owns the team. But it's all about their energy that they are giving to a sport that is an unknown to those that watch it over in the Western Hemisphere.
Which unknown? Unknown to who?
To the Western Hemisphere is on the level. All right. It's the energy around the game. It is the way how the community interact with the team, or how the team is interacting with the community, or how the team is a part of the community. That is what that show is about. It's not a football show.
Okay.
It is about it's almost like a soap opera, but if they were to play in League 2 all the way, get their ass bust every week, the show would still be popular, because the aim of the show is not to chronicle a team's rise to the Premier League. It is to chronicle a team's journey that could hopefully end up to them being in the Premier League. It's two different approaches. So you get to see how the society is affected by this team, and it opens the door, even though America and Canada knows that the English Premier League exists, even though America and Canada can point to the MLS and say, we have some experience of what you guys are trying to sell us. When they sit down and watch it, they might say, Oh, that's different. Oh, this team have so many fans and they are not in the Premier League? Oh, look at this pub right here and look at how the community backs this team versus how other communities back their teams. So you get a different side of ownership in English football that is being shown in that.
And what you're suggesting that side of ownership is something that they're trying to probably encourage to have
Sell.
here in the US.
Well, I don't think they're trying to encourage English Premier League style ownership and English Premier League style camaraderie in the US. But what I think it's actually doing is encouraging outsiders with the money to invest in these teams because we saw that I can't remember the name of the team right now, but we saw that Snoop Dogg
Swansea.
and oh.
Swansea.
Yes, Swansea. So Swansea's own now. Our part owners are Snoop Dogg and my girl where they go prison and Snoop Dogg white girlfriend.
Yeah, you know.
I'm looking dead in her face right now, but sure. So they are. I soon come back to me, but they are now part owners in Swansea.
Yeah, it come
You
like
have
she and Soup and us everything she and Snoop Dogg in her.
yeah, because that's what I said. Snoop Dogg part I know Marilyn
No, it's not. No.
or
Martha
It's
Stewart.
not Martha Stewart. So Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg at Swansea. You have JJ Watt that has part ownership in
Burnley.
I believe.
Burnley.
Right. So you have all of these teams. I think not LeBron. Some boss. I think
Yeah,
probably
man, LeBron is part owner of Liverpool.
right.
He owns
So
a
you have all of
well, not
these-
part owner. He owns a percentage of Liverpool.
right. So you the doors opening now.
Tom
to
Brady
Western-
owns a piece of Birmingham City.
Yeah. And I think the Wrexham window, the window into Wrexham has shown these investors that yes, we know about Manchester United, we know about Liverpool, we know about Arsenal, but the same energy exists in the lower tier, cheaper teams. And that just bodes well for the league. It really does. Because you have Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg showing up at a packed Swansea Stadium. And it's not packed because of Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart. That would only bring more money in. So
Well, let's see how it plays out. I mean, at the end of the day, from my recollection, the return on investment was pretty good for these American investors. So this is why they really kind of make them move over there. So
for the rich boys, this is where it becomes dangerous for the league. And like what BM says, BM says of all the teams Snoop decides to co-own is Swansea, it seems like an odd choice. Because and I think BM, I think you're approaching it from thinking like, oh, the type of team, the type of football. It doesn't for these teams. It doesn't matter. Their stands are still being filled. It could be a garbage team. When was the last time you watched a game in England or England, Spain, any European games, and a team is doing so bad, right? And you see they are affected by a blackout. You look in the stands and the stands empty. You only see that like on a midweek FA Cup game or a midweek Carling Cup game, but a league game, ever full, ever full. So there is some, but what I was going to know, what the big owners do, and Manchester United does this. You know what the Glazers do at Man U, right? Take out loans on Manchester United to fund their other ventures.
pet projects.
Right. And,
You
and
use them
because-
where you have to spend the money, go flipping or something else.
Yeah.
So, I mean, time will tell regarding these investments. Wrexham, I mean, I have not watched, I think I watched one episode of that Wrexham episode, that documentary on FS1 or FX, and that was it. Me not hype, but let's see how it plays out. Elon Musk apparently was rumored to be interested in Liverpool recently, so let's see. You know, people with long money looking for other places to make more money. Look like Milan is gonna hold this one. 5 minutes of added time, 1-0 Milan leading Inter still.
And they will hold it because it will stay attractive because it's unregulated money.
BM said Marta and Snoop definitely have something going. Can't hide it.
Oh yeah.
Business venture, business partner up to the time, you know. You were gonna say something else?
No, that's it.
Okay. Speaking of Swansea, Wrexham will play Swansea Friday March 13th. Friday the 13th. Finishing up our FA Cup, family. West Ham versus Brentford. Wanted to ask you from a West Ham perspective. The game is tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. Premier League is priority number one. I mean, this is another league where this is another competition that you don't really care about.
Yeah, and you need the money. You need the money as well. So you don't care about it, but you're going to give it a good shot. You're going to give it a good shot, but you won't let it affect your next game or your upcoming results. So their next game is going to be against Man City on Friday. On Saturday. They play Man City Saturday as the last game of the day. And then they travel to Villa.
Wait, we have Cameron joining us. Wait, hold on. We have extra star in our building. We have to go fix this now. Wait. Finally the show can get lively up. Come on, referee. Yo, see there? Inter Milan scored. And a referee ruled it out. Come on, is joining us. The show can get lively now. Oh, let me go over to the other screen. Boy, we're boring. So let's get some people. Come on, go on. Finally, I'm excited. How are you?
Afternoon. I am at a tournament, so I can't stay long. I decided to jump in and say, happy International Women's Day to all the women out there who they're refereeing, coaching, or just being mommies. So big up to all the women out there.
Big up to you. Come on, happy International Women's Day.
Thank you. Where's Junior?
Happy International Women's Day. Come on.
Come on, me notice you have on the and come on, froze. Me notice you have on the new Jamaican jersey colors.
Lord of mercy.
Red and yellow upon the badge. And come on, our internet. She's at a tournament. She's re-entering. She must have heard that. Come on, she's coming back. Let's see if we got her back here. Come on, I think. Yeah, audio dropping.
You can't hear me?
Yes, now we can hear. Yes.
Okay, all right. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. Me cut you off now. Me go on discussion.
No,
man, you're good. I just said to Junior that it looked like you have on the Jamaican red and yellow jersey there over to the left. The Jamaican colors. You're down with the Mali colors. All right.
And I want to say, as I'm making my way across the fields, the turf field, the grass field, I'm going to field. People are like, "Oh my God, I love your shirt! I love your shirt!" So I see what Adidas and the JFF doing. It's a money thing. It's not necessarily when I go World Cup, more to the national colors kind of thing. I don't think that is it. But if me did have jersey from yesterday to today, but I sell about 10. But I like it. The combination, I don't have my skin, but the combination bring off it and slim fit, make me look kind of skinny-ish. Hey, listen, I like
I'll order mine tomorrow.
Oh, shoot. Hey. Remember Slim Fit here?
Oh, so I have to order 4 sizes bigger. Okay.
So BM says, welcome back. Come on, happy to see you. Come
Hey,
BM, the
BM.
president of the Come On
Come
fan
on,
club.
Paco. Hey, listen, before I run, I called in because I wanted to vet my frustration when it comes to, and it's so fitting, it's aptly fitting that it's today I decide to vent. We do not respect or love female football in Jamaica. There is no way on earth the schoolgirl football must be 6 weeks long. Cannot be. 7 games in 15 days for these young ladies. If you watch the game, 3/4 of them need bandage up because the pressure on them to play these games in a short amount of time because
Hold on. Come on. Sorry. I don't.
Junior,
Correct that
don't
number.
do it, buddy. Don't do it.
No. Chef, so let's highlight that number though. We have to highlight that number. Did you just say 7 games in 15 days?
yes, 7 games.
All right,
in 15
highlight.
days.
So because sometimes you come in a little bit muffled, and I want this to be out there. The Jamaican high school girls have been asked to play 7 football games in 15 days. So before you continue, question. So just for context for people that are listening, if they want to share your frustration, is it 90 minutes games?
80.
So 80-minute games. Is it unlimited substitutions?
No. What?
All right. Go carry on, come on.
No. And then you factor that in with their schoolwork, with training, right? And regenerating of them. It is crazy. Right? We are frustrated. And if you watch the games, if you are so lucky to see any videos, 3/4 we have to be with our girls, but it is ridiculous. And I am so ticked off. Then now, the big woman them, the JWPL, it is from March to May. March.
Well, how many games?
Come on, you're breaking up. We can't hear you clearly. I think JFF will block you.
Wait, not here.
Now you're coming in clearly.
There you gone again.
The people them are fight against me.
Yeah.
Yes.
From March to May.
Come on. I'm going to send you the number to call in. So instead of being on video, call in.
Okay, send it to me.
If you can.
All right, could you just turn off the video and just go straight audio?
You can try that, but I think you're going to be the same.
Yeah, okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, that's better.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm very disappointed I can't see you, but I can clearly hear you.
Yeah, so March to May, the JWPL will run from March to May. So they're saying it's because of logistics. So now it is easier and cheaper for clubs because they don't have to travel go all the way to Ohio. So that's about 10 games, regular games, and then you have the playoff format. But how can you get the game? But starting this, Mr. Cases of U14, how much you seen a player? Who is this big production? Receive years this season for schoolgirl football. You will never see this when it comes to schoolboy football. Why are we watering down the thing? Why we already get the fight from the parents them because they don't see the value of their daughters playing football. It's them to Jago, and I keep saying to them, Bonnie Shaw is a product of St. Jago. So how can you not see the benefit of having your daughter playing? But when we go now as the administration, we go around and we mess it up now, then what are we supposed to be fighting for? We can't. This is just ridiculous at this point, and I am so disappointed. And and I can say this: the only reason why they're having the female, nowhere on earth to have a league that runs from March to May.
Yeah.
So I am just so tired of them. We have to fight them all over from different angles so that we can let the game them be. Because I keep saying it and I see it and I keep talking about my girl Kelly. Kelly is one of she's the only female in our family to attend college, and she's going to graduate and she's going to go on and get her master's. Why? Through football. And you can see where the progression is there, not only for her, but other young ladies. If you know people who have female who play football at Jamaica and get a scholarship, you will see the growth in terms of personal and professional development. So we have to be pushing it. But when we do this now, the girls, them body get injured, the games are not of good quality. We not enough films to send or give nobody for the nothing at all. So I need people to really and truly make them voices be heard when it comes to advocating for the female football.
So and this is something that we spoke about. Actually, we spoke about it last week, and last couple of weeks as the JWPL was coming back into the picture, and this is something that I suggested. Now, it sounds to me like you are disappointed in the length of time that they are given. I am not, but let me explain. If the goal, what is the purpose of these leagues? Yeah, I think the Jamaican Women's Premier League, the ISA for the Jamaican schoolgirl football, they need to put priorities in focus. And what is the goal? The goal is to get these players to, the ultimate goal. Forget about them life, forget about, this might sound cold, but let me land it. I don't care about them life, I don't care about where them trying to do whatever. The goal is, I want to see Jamaica constantly field a very good women's football team. How do we achieve that goal? We need to develop players. How do we develop players? Right now, the best chance is to get them playing overseas, in college, get them into the women's leagues, and that is how we can build our program up, right? How do we achieve that? How do we achieve getting them? Like you clearly said about tape. For these colleges, they have to know these players exist. How do you get them tape? You give them games in good surroundings and have the good facilities where you can have them showcase their skills. How you get them to showcase their skills is by playing meaningful games. And meaningful games doesn't mean that you need 50 games. You can get enough tape on somebody in 5 games. Now, how do we get that now to where the girls are able to showcase themselves properly in that one game? It's very disappointing to hear that number from you, that they are playing so many games in so many days. It should be every 5. Wait, hold on. Benton, come on. I don't understand. A couple years ago, Issa had a rule where the schoolboys couldn't play a certain amount of games within a week. That's how they were trying to stop the schoolboys from playing Premier League.
Right. Right. It's not.
On the backside, or that apply to the woman them.
That's what I'm saying. Like the thing is, so I'm trying to say to you, and I get it. I understand meaningful games, but we cannot get meaningful games if we play so many games. The girls are tired and they're injured. So
yes,
and then remember, 3/4 of the school girls also play Jamaica Women's Premier League.
How are they backside there to Mr. Now?
Excelsior girls mainly make up Fraser's Whip. Fraser's Whip and Excelsior, and then you can talk about it because Excelsior and Fraser's Whip are always dominating.
Right.
Right? But the other teams and the other schools who are struggling, the struggle will continue. And I will argue about it and we advocate for it, but nobody listens. Because when you talk about it, it's only the girls playing or whatever. It's only the girls playing. But we have plans. We know what we want from them. But if we are not getting the tools, it is really difficult. And as I said, I am disappointed. And it don't matter how many times you argue, it just does not work.
I'm going to tell you my solution again. We don't care about winning tournaments. We don't care about winning cups. Organize some good games for these females, both high school and JWPL. For JWPL, I know that we reported last week that they're doing the silo, and you come on and confirm it that they made some changes to where the games are going to be played because of the traveling logistics and making it easier. Okay, well, put them in those silos, let them play amongst themselves, have meaningful games amongst those teams. And if it's let's say it's four, you organize 4 different silos, 4 different regions. And then when it comes to a point, you pick the best players out of each region, create a team out of those 4 regions, and host a weekend tournament at the National Stadium to culminate the end of the season. And say, here is the four group of girls that are the best players in the league. Have them do a showcase tournament, semifinals Friday, finals Sunday, and third place playoff Sunday. And you have them showcase. And hint, and this is another big hint now. And look at the idiots them won't take my advice. Keep it during recruitment weekend. NCAA, and I'm going through this right now with my son. There's only certain periods of times where coaches can recruit and actively speak to players that they want to recruit into their program. I don't know how I know it's strict, but I don't know the timelines around international players, but I am sure it's governed the same way. Whatever weekend it is, because for basketball you have weekends where them said this is their recruitment weekend. And those weekends they have big tournaments in the United States that the recruiters now won't waste them time. Well, guess what? There's no perfect time than that recruitment weekend. You look at University of Connecticut, you look at Duke, you look at Maryland, you look at all of these teams and say, listen, if you come to Jamaica in the summer for this weekend, when you can recruit players, I am giving you the tournament with our 4 best group of girls to sit and watch. And by the way, we can come sit down at a hotel and we can go a back road for all who want to go back road and still enjoy what Jamaica have to offer in the summer while watching these games. Yo, listen a bit, JFF, I'm going to cut the foolishness so high on me, man.
We had 3 coaches come down and they like 5 out of all the games that were played, 5 kids got instant offers right on the spot. Others needed this quality help, and it goes again to saying, I'm tired, and I say it too, because like even at the tournament, a referee who is doing 7 games is not at his best or his or her best, not at his best. After 3 games, I am sorry, I am checked right out. If my air don't check the outside, you're there on your own. And 2 little foul happen, me too tired to raise my whistle on my mouth. It's the same thing with these girls. Them tired, them. Let me send a picture. Let me ask my sister, what? Some girl that have bandage on them knee. Them when you talk to them back hurt them need the roll of them knee for rub out them knee. And these are the things. And I am like, I get it. You're talking about no money, but you have money for schoolboy football. You need to allocate some money. You can't. It's not going to be even because not everybody who watches schoolboy football will watch schoolgirl football, right? And I know there was no rollout, no big rollout for the Jamaican Women Premier League. I was talking to somebody today, said the season start this weekend, and they were like, for which league?
Nobody knows. Them send an email and say, oh, we asked for it to be 6 months, but it was rejected, so we're going to 3 months. And then have a great weekend, right? Listen to this week, for this weekend, I was like, it's not even Patty Shop, because I have seen Patty Shop run better than this. But at
All right,
some
somebody's
point,
lying.
Eh?
Somebody lying.
So what?
Because the way how JWPL go on Instagram, that's why Benton will want to start about them, because they have such a grand start on Instagram. You see how social media trick people?
And I can say this. I shared with you guys the message I got. Read the 3 months, right? Oh,
Yep.
oh, exactly. And guess what? We're gonna tell lie, because as of this weekend, we're gonna see if the season ends in a 3 months. When if it ends in a 3 months, you know me not tell lie. If it goes 6 months, you know me I tell lie. But I can tell you that it is 3 months, and which is utterly ridiculous. What if this was also their job? Remember, most of them not get paid either. They're not getting stipends either. So I just don't know. But this is just me venting about the state of the girls' football that we are trying to build, and it's the powers that be are not working with the stakeholders on the ground. Because I am not the only one. I'm a female, but you have male coaches of girls' team that are frustrated as well. They may not be vocal, because once you're vocal, then blacklist you.
Right.
Them can always blacklist me, because I don't live there. But it is just so frustrating.
So question, and we just we have to highlight and underscore some things that you said, that it doesn't just fall to the wayside. So there's no active this is a struggling league. There's no let's make no bones about it. The JWPL is a struggling league trying to establish itself. So you are an active member of the league. You are in the administrative piece, from the coaching, from a team's perspective.
Yeah.
So you are not given, you don't feel like you are given enough of a forum from the powers to be to help decide some direction in the league. Is that what you're telling us right now? Come on.
That is absolutely what I'm telling you. It is a boys' club or a girls' club. It's a small circle. Like, you can say, you can give opinions, but if they don't make up their mind and that's what they're going to do, nothing is going to change it. Even if your suggestion makes sense, it don't. It's like you are just like you're shouting into this empty space. Like, oh, this is what we're doing. Because I even said to somebody, if we want to grow the game, and I know you have some men, because some men watch football. If you want to grow the game, you can have a double header. You have Arnett Gardens female team, Arnett Gardens male team, right? If Arnett Gardens is playing at 7 o'clock, you can make the girls then play 3:30, 4 o'clock. People will come out. Double header included in the ticket, right? And for grow the game. You see that happen? You see the double header. You see not at all. Them take it and them put it one place, yes, sir, and one place, yes, sir. You have to grow the game. And yes, it is difficult, because men will say them not enjoy the women's game. But have you seen the U.S. national team play against Colombia? The stadiums ram, male, female, and kids. And I know you have young girls who want to support a female team. Like, you have to build it. But then these are the things where they're not growing it. They're not, to me, this is my opinion, and maybe somebody else will say, you know what, come on, you're talking food, they're growing the game. To me, we are struggling with the girls' game. You know, so we're going to have a girls' football season, and you not have them gears? You not have them gears ready?
So let's underscore that. So, you know, way ahead of time when the tournament is going to start, when the league is going to start. And you are saying the organizers who are responsible to provide gears have not done that.
No, let me say that. We have an idea of when the league may start. 2 weeks before the league starts, you start to hear rumblings and dates start drop. 1 week before, them have a call and them talk about the things them or whatever. So you in a year, you know that about in a February, the end of February, we want to start the season. There's no harm in getting the gears ready. Even if it starts May, the second week in a March, right? At least you will have them ready. Where we don't know, the second week in the season, in the schoolgirl season, and at 3 school get gears.
Yeah. Let's say that was tournament, but me have a few questions.
5 minutes, go on.
Yeah, tell it. You already say when it come, game 7, outside your boss, that I gonna get. You know, I don't want you ref my game 7. I game 8. So remind me again regarding the number of games and the number of days regarding in the schoolgirls league.
7 games in 15 days.
All right.
Long.
That's crazy to me.
That's crazy. And there's no overarching sort of medical. All right, like you're supposed to do what we call it, sports physical and all these things, and there's supposed to be some standards SOP to say, okay, athletes supposed to perform a certain number of days or play. There's none of that protocol in place in the women's in the girls' league.
Look here, so nope. We have our physio and we have a blue drum where we full up with ice. Forget the ice or whatever and read. You're basically on your own. We have one pink bag where I have with kits, where we rub ins and we knee brace them and we get off a team. So that's why these tournaments are very important because this is where the money goes, right? And so we have to make sure that the girls read it. It is what it is. You don't show up to your game, it's a forfeit.
So who we need to bother over JFF?
It's not JFF. It's ISA run schoolgirl football, and the fact that you don't give it's a new season and you don't get the gears.
Because
no
this don't make no sense.
Because I keep saying all the money goes into schoolboy football. All the little craziness, the big set. You're on social media. Did you see anything about schoolgirl football? You see a press conference, you see balloon.
No, me just hear them say the league will start X and the league will run till.
Okay.
It's like a bastard child.
Yes, it's a tiny stepchild. Look at schoolboy football. Schoolboy football, you have balloon, you have all these things. You have the big check for them give. Everybody gears new. Everybody on top of them things. And I'm saying, if you want to grow the game, if you want to have goalkeepers that can replace a 35-year-old Rebecca.
Hey, no.
Listen,
hey, don't talk about my Rebecca, all right?
Hey, to play for my team, but Rebecca is chubby. She can't start for her club. And why she must start for country? So we have to nurture the new generation of whatever. You see, on the boys' side, yes, the U17 girls advance to the next one, but we're not good. I am so sorry. We're quality poor. And it comes from grassroots. We have to build up from here, so for them to move on. You have 1 and 2 girls where you see play the Jamaican Women Premier League, and you say, you know what? Have a little bit of something about her. We can see if we can get her one little contract. Not in an NWSL, but probably Mexico. So you don't have to wait until you play in a national team for you to have opportunities to get a contract somewhere else. This is the aim. This is the goal. And if we cannot get the tools, the basic tools to make this happen, then what is the point? It's a waste of time. And that's why I'm telling you, when we can't bring these things to parents, when we are trying to encourage them, bamboozle them actually, that's what I say, for them to come make them picnic play. These are the things that we have to bring to them as like, I don't know what we're fighting for. So I am just a little bit annoyed at it. It is what it is. And I guess maybe if more people talk up, maybe things will change. But if they keep doing foolishness and nobody says anything, then they're going to continue to do foolishness.
Yeah, and it's don't take offense to it, come on, but I think your side of things, not you, not your sister, but I think the coaching side of things as well. I think they should share the blame, and the reason why they should share the blame is because there's not a united front. If there was a united front there, then maybe traction could have been gained. And youth speaking to us, I know what maybe we at BCN should reach out to these coaches and talk to these coaches as well. And for the two people that listen to us that might share, because somebody might be hearing Cameron speaking and say, well, that's just Cameron's perspective.
But
And how many teams are there? Why we're not hearing the other teams complain about the same thing? So there should be a united front. You guys should. There should be. The goal should be we are trying to get our players better. It is not we are trying to build a club.
yeah, that's the goal. But based on these actions and these decisions that we're seeing from, because I put this at the bedrock still with the JFF. They don't run this league, but if they ultimately, like you said, if the long-term objective is to have players that can feed, both said, if you have players that can feed into your national team, if you're serious about your national team, and you're serious about developing talent for 5-10 years on the road, then you take the grassroots level seriously. And clearly,
Yep.
JFF not care about it. Then when I will never forget the point about women's football don't generate money. I think one of them did say it, and I think that is the attitude that they've taken to women's football across the board on the island. So,
But they got money from FIFA for the women's program, and that is why every year you see them put together one something because it's mandated. And if you don't do it, you get into trouble. You can't just scrap it and say we're not going to use it. Do something. You understand? It's like, your husband say, you have to cook something for you eat tonight. And you're like, you know what? You're not getting a rice and peas and chicken. All a dirty girl there and 2 pieces of crackers. And that's the whole thing.
Yep.
You take what you get and the thing is the people complain. Listen, coaches complain, but it's in groups. They complain in them little groups and whatever because in their head, they're saying, you know what, it's not a fight that I'm willing to put 100%. I'm not banking my career on this because if I put in this fight and go against them, if I want to go further in my career as a coach, they're going to block me. They're going to be stumbling blocks in my way, and I'm not going to put my neck on the block for some young girls when we don't even know, who after 5 years them left the school and them gone about them business. So you find that attitude out of them. And there's some of them will say, you know what, I'm going to do what I can do, and it is what it is. So, and then you have some of them where willing to speak up, but not out there in public. You probably can find one and two. I have this guy in mind. I'm going to ask you if he can come on the show like halfway in the season, kind of have a conversation, because he have a team in the schoolgirl football and also in the Jamaica Women Premier League. So we can probably get his perspective on both ends.
But we have to keep squeezing the leadership because this from Wapi kill Philip, yeah, fight this battle, and it things now improve, and it's just, and also I blame not just JFF, I also blame world governing football, world CONCACAF and FIFA, because you're allocating funds to develop women's football. You're supposed to have certain stats because ultimately these teams go and feed in your global tournament. Now, when your global tournament show up with these bug teams, and you have a Jamaica show up, they qualify but they can't really enter, then it compromise your final product on the world stage. So, yeah, I'm tired. Yeah. All right, wait.
So like
May I go take out my belt?
How many local players, I'm not talking people who are born in Jamaica, people who play in Jamaica, did we field against Nicaragua?
I say, what kind of dirty girl that? Big up the positive vibration. But I'll do a come on. And me know
So
say
how many Benton? How many local players? How many players who play Jamaica Women's Premier League did we field versus Nicaragua?
none.
Okay.
None that make it squad. None that make it squad. I think sitting there on the bench and seeing their Liberia now. So it's the closest one, you know?
Listen, we them have to do something. Anyways, I got to go.
Yeah, but before you go, we know say you have to go. But before you go, don't lose hope. Don't lose hope. We keep the struggle. We love what you do. Love you, come on. And hold the brown envelope here for the next match.
Should I respond?
Come on, chat safely. Come on, yo, come on, say yo, brother, tarnish my reputation. Yeah, but Junior, we have to keep striking the iron and keep pressuring these folks. Things get better. Come on has been saying the same thing for a while, and we have interviewed players, coaches, you name it. The people have listen BCN sports long time. And like you said, the craziest thing to me is that, yo, Bridget, if you ultimately want to have a competitive team at the national level, your grassroots grassroots program should be rolling out these players. And women's football is ripe for you to earn some food. Because men's football, everybody, it's a huge market space. You see me? Women's football right now, if you do it properly and have some sense, I said this in the watch along against Nicaragua, you can really topple Canada and push up against USA in CONCACAF if you do it properly because you have the talent.
Yeah, but I think part of the problem is everybody have that dream, everybody have that idea in mind, but then realistically, how long does it take to get there? So it's like that question that Camon asked about how many local players were on the team that fielded and that go up against Nicaragua, and none of them are ready. So we're not there yet.
Yeah.
Right? How do we get there? And I think you have to take it in steps. Come on and big up our sister Kadish. They are taking it in steps. They have
Come on, says she already got 2 brown envelopes.
Yeah, I've seen. So they have the schoolgirl program, and then you matriculate from the schoolgirl program into the club team, right? They are doing their part. It's now on the admin to make sure that when a player goes from schoolgirl football into the club team, if they are good enough, look at it this way: if a female player is good enough, she should only play 1 year in high school football, in my opinion, 1 year in club football, and then from that we're now working on moving you up, right? This is a prep program. This is a prep league, prep program, and the goal is to get you ready for the next level. Once you are ready for the next level, the goal is now to get you to the next level, which is also a big step. It is not just get fit enough, get skillful enough. After that, you have to know the next level, know this player exists. So there's a lot of work here, and then that time it takes to make the next level, know this player exists, you have to protect that player and keep that player going at optimum pace, so that when she get that opportunity, she is ready to take that opportunity. Because a lot of times, and I've seen it in basketball, I've seen it in other sports, a lot of time the player is ready, but the next level isn't ready. A lot of times the player is ready, but the next level doesn't know the player exists. And when the next level finally hear rumblings about the next player and say, let me look at this player, it is, oh no, that player is not ready. So you need a lot of things, a lot of eggs, a lot of ducks need to fall in a row for this player to get the opportunity. It's not that easy. And it sounds to me like the administration is not making it any easier for these players. It's already hard as it is, and they're making it even harder by not supporting them, which to me is just crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the basketball perspective, and I agree wholeheartedly. and players making the transition up to the next level. But I think circling back to the point that you made at the top end of this conversation. And by the way, big up to those on the live. BCN Sports Yard Ball Chat Weekly when the Yard Baller segment discussing Jamaican women's football and some of the issues. Big up to come on, of course, part of the Ball Chat family, BCN Sports family. Big up. The thing that you highlighted at the top end of the discussion was that if you want to get or continue to have a competitive national team, these things are a bedrock for you, right? You have to continue to develop talent. And I said it the other day, and we read the report. You know, what is that? Kiki Van Zanten's sister was at the US camp. You have Kiki Van Zanten's sister today. She did not declare because she want to play with her sister for Jamaica. But it's only a matter of time when some of these players who you end up peeling off out of college go and get peeled off to another team. And you cannot keep the JFF and the people who run football in Jamaica. We have this lackadaisical, Granny would have said donkey attitude, where we don't want build long term. It's the same thing with the men's program to a greater extent. I think they run go England on the World Cup qualifier and try find some players and try plug and play and I try qualify for World Cup. It's the same thing I try to do with women's football. Bridget, you said it a few years ago. Sometimes you need to take a step back and just develop your infrastructure, develop your leagues, and stop worrying about run down World Cup. But them man, you be tired of them, man. And when you say anything to them, when you reach out to them, it's pure ignorance and act like it's bad man vibes. We all have the same objective. We want Jamaica football to grow and compete on the international scale. We have a talent. So if we have the same objective, so we want Jamaican football achieve its optimum, then why when we ask you guys questions, there is this attitude like we are disturbed, and it move away. And like I said, come on, keep doing the good work, because there are players on the island who need that. We know Kelly, big up Kelly. We see the growth of Kelly and watch how she's doing, so we know the players need.
And again, I have to say this. Big up to Gene Nelson. Continue to rest in peace, Gene Nelson. Gene Nelson was such an integral part of Ball Chat, of BCN in its very early days, right? And she opened the doors to us, opened the windows to us. And, sometimes I sit and think to myself, what if Gene was still alive? Where would women's football be right now? Because arguably, Jamaica probably would have never qualified for the World Cup if it wasn't for Gene Nelson.
Yeah, man.
I can probably make that argument.
Yeah, man. She played an integral role.
And Jamaican women's football is where it is right now because of Gene Nelson.
Yeah, and you have others like her that put some work in, who don't get the recognition.
That don't get the recognition. And how many are there others like her that were in as influential of a position? Remember, we sit down and we talk to her. I think we still have the interviews up. The interview just should still be up on our page. When we press Gene, and Gene kind of walk us back and say, look, all I want is saying, we're trying. All I want is saying, we're doing. But we're not and kind of open our eyes to the struggles that they are going through, because there were things that we were asking at the time, like, how can we have a game and then have the support? But you big into the program, and she kind of opened the door and said, well, we're trying, but we're not getting what we need from our upper boss.
Yes.
So how many of those now are out there? And unfortunately, we lost Jean untimely. So an advocate in her position, was she replaced by an advocate with the same energy? Because if not, then the advocacy just took a step back instead of a step forward.
Yeah.
So it's sad.
BM make a profound point. Two profound points. More highlight the first one. First one is that, quote, we know how FIFA works. They give money to federations for votes, not football development. And this is 100% accurate. I agree with, well, I don't say accurate, but I agree with that statement. FIFA don't care about football. I vote Infantino and Imbridge them buy. And because, and again, if the countries that show up to your prize showpiece, your main showpiece, can't compete and cannot demonstrate quality football, then your showpiece at some point gonna stop being this money cow that you have been milking for all these years. So, you know what? And he also highlighted that Jamaica should try to learn from Belgium. And big up to the other brother of us, Loudmouth, who did say that. What name?
No, well, Craig Butler did
say something like that, right?
Japan, learn from Japan. He talked about Japan.
Oh, okay.
And he talked about Japan from the male side, which is 100% true. And that's something I keep pointing to. Jamaica and Japan qualified for their first World Cup at the same time.
Yeah.
On the male side. And look at where both programs are right now.
Junior, before we go, pivoting away from women's football discussion, we cannot exit without touching this one. Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant's getting ready to play LA Galaxy this week in the CONCACAF Champions Cup. And they could be short 10 players, Junior, because of visa issues. According to the latest update I got here, it says face visa denials ahead of Champions Cup. 6 Haitian players blocked by the Trump administration policy. Of course, in the Trump administration policy, they're supposed to be carved out for athletes and sporting events. So that is either something not right, because at the end of the day, if the policy or the regulations that this brother roll out say we are banned certain countries, but we're gonna have carve out for players for sporting events, then why is this not being implemented on the ground? Junior, talk to me. What's going on here? Why is Tapa Whitmore could potentially show up to LA Galaxy with a weakened team? Epstein said this, quote Mr. Epstein, no, Mr. Epstein, Paul Christie, we're not talking about Epstein.
Quoting Mr. Epstein, wow.
Didn't I, where's the Yoni, where the brother name over, is that Yoni something, what the last name?
Right, I once you say Epstein, I shut down.
Yoni, because let me see what this brother last name, before I get to this quote. Yes, his name is Johann Yoni Epstein. Yeah, I go crazy, but it's over Mobile United, I think, him there. That's not the Mr. Yoni Epstein is chairman of the Montego Bay United Club. All right, me know I'm not going to lose my head yet. Mm-hmm. All right, quoting Paul Christie, the man for Mount Pleasant, chairman, sporting director for Mount Pleasant, he said, quote, we don't want to just show up for the game. We want to be able to compete, but we're not being given the opportunity to be at our best, end quote. Junior, how is this possible, Bridget?
What do you mean by why is that? Explain to me, why is this news to you?
All right, hear me now. Why is this news? Because this has happened. The man said, change that name, sir. Positive 5 here. We have to tell Yoni, the Mobile United, maybe I might get the royalties from the rich man. Yo, Junior is not touching that one. All right, hear me now. We talk about the football thing. I don't touch that one. Mm-hmm. Why this is we have seen this thing happen too many times when it comes to teams trying to play in the US. This is Mount Pleasant FC is not the first team that is struggling to get visa approval for players to enter the US. And they won't be the last team.
Right.
Unfortunately. So why does CONCACAF, because clearly CONCACAF is toothless because it keeps happening, why does CONCACAF, and maybe not CONCACAF, why does the Caribbean and the Central America Federation presidents keep electing a president at CONCACAF or keep voting for these things to happen to their teams? Putting people in office that is allowing the US to really kind of weaken their team's competitiveness when they go to the US to play games. Are we so desperate to play games in the US?
Yes.
At losing. So you don't care.
Yes, that's currently configured, yes.
No man, something to right. So bug of the week on all these. Mr. Harris, you need to come up on BCN Sports. You are CFU president, you are vice president of CONCACAF. We interviewed a few years ago, last year. What year you joined FIFA Council? You know the on FIFA Council. We make a talk and you're too busy. This is just nonsense.
Yeah, all right. From the Jamaican perspective, I agree. From the American perspective, I disagree with you. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the American perspective. It's not the American perspective I'm positioning from. CONCACAF is in charge of football in the region.
From CONCACAF perspective, it's the same thing.
All
CONCACAF
right.
shares from perspective.
CONCACAF is in charge of football in the region.
Okay.
CONCACAF president is elected by the president of Jamaica, the Football Federation president of Jamaica, whatever, Bahamas, whatever. These countries, the Caribbean islands and Central America, they cannot come up together and say, let's not elect someone who's gonna jeopardize our interests. Because clearly the leadership of CONCACAF is jeopardizing their interests when it comes to their teams. Because CONCACAF is going along with this. And now CONCACAF is saying, well, we're trying to work with Mount Pleasant to rectify the problem. How is that good for the CONCACAF League?
All right. So it's not good for CONCACAF League. So this takes long-term vision. This takes the solution takes long-term vision. The solution takes a concerted effort to lower the value of the MLS, or bring the value up of your teams in the. And this is what happened when you have a lopsided value system, because what is occurring is the MLS is the big dog, right? And if you notice, you don't have teams from Liga Mix, and Liga Mix is also in that realm with the MLS, in my opinion. They both share the same platform. You don't have teams from Mexico having the same problems that the teams from the Caribbean. Why? Because those teams have value.
Well, we don't know yet. Let's see.
No,
let's see when this round of the Champions Cup. I mean, can we agree we're not in the same immigration landscape that we were 2 years ago? It's a different immigration landscape.
Cavalier had the same problem going for go play the leg against Miami.
Now last year that.
Yeah, but it's going to be the same problem. Teams from the Caribbean is going to have problems bringing their players to America because of the visa restrictions. Because and not even visa. I wish, you know what? We need to cut the crap. It's not visa restrictions. Your own country where this team is coming from have poor infrastructure. So you're not up to the time to match the requirements to get the visa. Let's not
What
absolve.
up to the time? What
Let's
time are you
not
talking about?
absolve-
Elaborate on this up to the time.
Let us not absolve Jamaica or Haiti of their part to play in this problem.
What is the
You are
problem?
in America.
What part did they play in the problem? Please highlight that
The
to me.
infrastructure is poor.
What infrastructure? Visa infrastructure?
All right. If I had if I had Mr. Epstein, if I had Mount Pleasant guy,
Is that Paul
Epo.
Christie?
if I had Paul Christie, if I had an interview with Paul Christie, my very first question to Paul Christie would be, Mr. Christie, you never know that you have a game that you can possibly play in America. Yes, we did. We knew. So why you never start work on the Monday visa from then?
But he
We did. We
did,
started
Junior.
the pro-
He did. Soon as the schedule
That
started.
is the problem. That is the problem. It should not take you 68 months to get this.
But the schedule came out and you know where you're going. Soon as the schedule was released, I remember the interview he did at the event or the day after, and he said,
Yes.
and I want to paraphrase, you were there, you read the same thing. So why you
Yes.
come light fire upon Mr. Christie?
I am not lighting. No. I'm not lighting fire on him. I'm saying if I was to interview him now, the very first question I would ask him is that, and he would say, "Yes, we did." And then no, you have to turn and say, "Why is it taking this long?" You
BM
cannot say
says
America.
Junior Ton Vibes Cartel, but keep up the
up
to
to
the
the
time.
time. But you cannot take this long. Look, it's already hard to get a visa. We know that. So the Jamaican consulate want to take it up on the head too. This is what is happening. What is happening is the man them go to the embassy and them go and have them 100 grand handshake and say, yo, do we a favor. And then try to do them a favor, but the 100 grand is not enough. You need a little bit more, you need to top up.
Positive Vibration says Jamaica must deny some Galaxy players also. Then you know what? I second that. I agree, and I think
Go
Brazil
ahead.
implemented. This is not football related. When US implemented, I think it was 2017 or whatever, when the first edition of the Brotherhood in charge, I know, he implemented visa requirements for Brazilian citizens to enter America. And then Brazil said to them, say, all right, Bridget, you want visa for our citizens to enter America? Forward, we are going to do the same thing. And so then Jamaica needs to say, all right, look, LA Galaxy players, whoop, we lose some applications. Boom. Visa denied.
And then when that happened, what would LA Galaxy do? Call their consulate. And their consulate will call Jamaica and overrule everything.
Hey,
So
look,
it's the same-
the phone now work. We can't take
You
they
don't
cannot
have the
enter the
control
country without
You
the
don't have
proper
any
paperwork.
control over that, Benton. You don't have any control over that.
How you mean
So
you don't have the
so what-
control over that?
You can't have no control over that. When you start going embassy to embassy conversation, that's the problem. Jamaica have Mount Pleasant have what the problem what you just described, and Mount Pleasant go to the embassy and say, yo, we need help to go over here, so. And the 100 grand handshake is not enough.
You
At
know what?
some point
It's the
it
same thing me I
becomes
tell them, say,
geopolitical.
time you not act like a man, you know. Yes, the country
No.
might get flattened, but time not act like a man and tell the man.
No,
and say,
no,
we're
no,
not
no.
letting Uno in. Go on around a
No.
corner.
No. This is the fix, and I think you're missing the fix.
Yeah.
The fix is this, and you brought it up.
What's the
Why
fix?
we're not voting in people that have our best interests at heart? And
Well,
it's simple.
it's not my idea though, but I teeth it.
Okay. Well, whoever the hell brought it up, it's
I will
simple.
give you the person who brought up the idea in a minute.
But it's simple. It is simple. You look at MLS and say, look, MLS, we have a political problem here. The teams that are trying to come and play you guys, they cannot make it at full strength because of visa issues. So here's what we are going to do. We're going to change the Champions Cup into neutral field games.
And MLS said no.
And then you tell MLS to frick off. Go. Oh, you don't want to play with us? Go try and play in the South American League.
MLS said no.
And that's fine. You don't want to play with us? Go try and play in the South American League. Go and see if CONMEBOL will let you in. Oh, you know what? The travel is so much easier now. Since you don't want to play with us, go see if UEFA will let you in.
I miss Jack Warner. I miss
No,
Jack
that
Warner.
is the fix. That is the fix. You cannot because this team cannot field a strong team. It's now going to be a neutral site game. Oh, but we're so worried about traveling to the Caribbean islands. Okay, go play at Canada. Both teams go to Toronto and play 2 games. Both teams go to Mexico and play 2 games. And the winner move on. You shouldn't have to worry about that. You are already a better team. You already have the better team. But this is how the MLS will now start to play ball, is because you're going to lose the ticket revenue. It's money run this thing.
Yeah.
It's either you try getting CONMEBOL, or you try going to UEFA, or you play ball with us.
Oh boy.
It's simple. It's a simple fix.
Paul Christian Tapa and Mount Pleasant. Good luck. Hopefully they can call Marco Rubio and hopefully he can squeeze in it. But the person who came up with that, who made that suggestion years ago, we interviewed and bought Ball Chat. What was them Ball Chat? Lasana Liber, journalist out of Trinidad and Tobago. 86 Wired 868. He's owner of Wired 868, a media house down in Trinidad and Tobago. And he put a question to us during the interview. He said to us, why we have so many Caribbean islands and Central American countries that outnumber USA and Canada, but USA and Canada reps are leading CONCACAF. It's everybody get a vote. So why aren't our people elevating someone who has our best interest at heart? Because Canada and USA I just have their best interest at heart. And at the time I said, Lasana, this is where money is. We're not worried about that. But you keep seeing the same problem over and over again. And I never recall when Jack Warner was president of CONCACAF, we had these main issues. In fact, I went back and looked through the research over time, and I didn't see anything around his tenure. No.
Yeah.
CONCACAF came out and said recently, like, oh, we're going to work with Mount Pleasant and try to get the problem resolved.
Which I'm sure they did, but it's a geopolitical problem.
Brethren, the game on Wednesday now. You get a visa Tuesday night.
No, you're not. It's not happening. It's just not happening.
Oh boy. Oh boy. So, Tapa, link me. And a few others will forward and run a 5 minutes for you. And just keep your side, keep your team back in Jamaica. Because you have to roll out a side by any means necessary, and because you will get penalized if it is a no-show. So we'll watch the space regarding this one. Junior, those are the main topics we wanted to discuss. Other than some other news, just to highlight before we go, Mexico said they will deploy 100,000 security personnel to protect fans for the upcoming World Cup. So that's out there, Junior. Hopefully you will feel a lot safer when you decide to go to the FIFA World Cup. So Mexico President Claudia Sheinbaum made that announcement this week. So watch the space. Also, another news that we need to highlight, Moroccan coach Walid Regragui stepped down 100 years. I wonder if he can get visa for come America. Stepped down 100 days before the World Cup, Junior. He's had enough. He said that the team needs another voice. So, man stepping aside.
And that was eye-opening to me.
Yeah.
That was very eye-opening to me.
Junior, you have a question there. Can you get a Brian Penske per the Reggae Girls?
So he's a Florida State coach. Simple answer. You know, it's just us not. It's just us not being ballsy enough. You know
No,
what?
it's you
Positive
alone.
vibration.
It's not, don't talk for you. 'Cause I am not tired to get rejection. In fact, I have some rejections right now where I'm gonna free them. Yo, Tanya, what go on?
Hey, if we were to a screen share of our inbox and of our outbox actually in Gmail, ballchatpodcast@gmail.com. If we were to show an outbox, you guys will be surprised to see the emails that we send out.
Exactly.
Calls that we have made.
Yo,
You know what?
hey,
Positive vibration. I am going to do it and tell you what. I'm going to send the email. I'm going to send it tomorrow to the because I know there's a media staff there and it's a media request. I'm pretty sure
yeah,
we
media
can
house,
get
yeah.
at Florida State. I know they have a media department that you send a request to the coach. And it's pretty much getting on his calendar. Pretty
Yes,
much.
yes.
I'm going to do it and I'm going to share the email next week. Next week.
Don't share the money
Oh,
email.
No, we're not going to share his email address, but
Okay.
we're going to share. No, we can share email address because it's at Florida State. It's this Florida State email, not his personal email.
Okay.
So we'll show the email that was sent out. But I won't be on here. I'll be on next week, but I'll be driving back from Florida. But meantime, we're gonna show it.
All right, definitely.
Okay. And you know what? Too?
Yes.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's add this to the show. Us reaching out to people for interviews.
Let's not do that. I don't want to get embarrassed. My embarrassment's already always on. But it is what it is. You can only make a connect. If people want to come talk, some people come talk. Junior, you remember the last rejection email I got? We got. I reached out to a prominent soccer brand that is doing some good things in the streets. And things was going along ready, and the person who was the head of this organization said, "Send me your website, your YouTube page." And once the person looked at our YouTube page, the reply was, "Not at this time. I will not do it at this time." And I can respect that. I can admire that. I can admire someone taking that time to respond to an email to tell you not at this time, or I am not I'm not interested. But so when Jamaicans ever send email, I'll know that I'll send read receipt. So I say, yo, would them look idiot, yeah? Yo, we have an agent around the corner. Hey, look. If you have time for end the show, yeah. But we start to too much.